So, a bit of breaking news, Brendan Rodgers has resigned from the Celtic job. Being a Celtic fan, and a fan of Brendan Rodgers as well, just as a man, I've always liked Brendan. Let me tell you something, it's going to be a case for me of be careful what you wish for, because Brendan Rodgers is a world-class manager in my opinion, and I've always said we're lucky to have him at Celtic. And he's been getting a lot of unfair criticism for me over the last few weeks and few months. It says a lot about him and his character. He says that a lot of his players, he always mentions character. But being serious, I'm actually genuine. It says a lot about the man's character that he actually left the job and didn't just wait to get paid off and see out his contract, financially. He's walked, so he won't get any money for that. And I think that says a lot about the man. Personally, I don't think we're going to get a better manager than Rodgers. There's talk of Sean Maloney stepping in with Martin O'Neill as caretaker manager. I can see that working out because Martin O'Neill had put him up with Brendan Rodgers, but having said that, I'm talking about in his prime and at his best. Things change in football. You don't need to be physically fit to be a good manager. I get that, so I'm not talking about Martin O'Neill's physical condition, but he's been out the game for like 15, 20 years. I mean, you can't just slot back into that at a high level. But nevertheless, if it's just going to be caretaker manager, I'm quite happy with that appointment. But the season's only a quarter, not even a quarter. Is it one? It's like a third in, I think. It's still early days. So Celtic need to get a move on in terms of appointing a full-time manager. Personally, I would like to see Ange come back because yes, he's failed at my other club actually, my English club, Nottingham Forest. But there's a lot of reasons for that I think it was destined to go wrong from the very beginning. But I spoke about that before, that's a different subject. I don't read too much into that. Tottenham, I mean, yeah, he won the Europa League with them, and the league form was disastrous for the last season. But anyway, I still think he'd do a job with us. I think certain managers are fitted and suited to certain clubs, and I think Ange Postecoglou is fitted and suited very well with Celtic and their style and their traditions of playing. Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. So time will tell. Ultimately, time will tell what happens. But Brendan Rodgers has been sacked, so that's a definite. Sorry, that's not a definite. Brendan Rodgers has walked, rather. He's resigned. So yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, Hearts are obviously, they were looking good before the weekend for the title. They're looking even better now because they've beat us, and now we're in a bit of turmoil. I still think we'll come good. I still think we'll win the league. I don't think Hearts are built for it. I think they're, mentally, but also physically, in terms of their squad in depth. And ultimately, I think their arse will go. I do think they'll just bottle it. Rangers are just miles off it. So I do still think we'll win the league. And certainly Martin O'Neill coming back will galvanise and bring a feel-good factor about the club, because obviously anyone that knows Celtic Football Club will know Martin O'Neill is a legend with us, and he always will be. So yeah, temporary, I think it could be a good shout, but not full-time, unless Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney, do wonders, basically. It could be the answer long-term, but let's just go one game at a time. Sean Maloney obviously was with Belgium as the assistant there, working alongside Roberto Martinez and Thierry Henry, I believe. and working with world-class players. You know, Belgium were in their golden age at that point, so he's worked at a high level. But when he came to manage Hibernian, he was shite, really bad. So maybe this will be ideal for him, being the number 2. But Brendan Rodgers has resigned. Sean Maloney and Matt Manil are to take temporary charge, and let's just see what happens. But breaking news for sure.